2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up? This is Wax. I'm a rapper, singer, guitar player, producer. Based out in Los Angeles, California. We're here in my studio in Burbank, Caviar Studios. I'm not originally from here. I'm originally from Maryland, and I started making music when I was a little kid. Me and my twin brother, we just grew up together playing instruments and rapping and singing and songwriting. And eventually got to the point where we were in a band. And for a long time we were in that band on the East Coast, touring around the East Coast and the Midwest. We made albums, and like a lot of good things, it had to come to an end. So the band broke up, and I moved out here to the West Coast, and two things happened at the same time that kind of worked out for me. I moved to Los Angeles, and YouTube became a thing. So I started putting videos on YouTube just for fun, really, to amuse myself and my brother. And it just started to catch on. Like, I was rapping in my car, we were making beats with random household appliances, just making silly comedy videos, making like real low budget kind of music videos, and I started to gain an audience. Eventually it was big enough that I was able to not have a day job and just make my living doing music. And luckily, you know, knock on wood, I've been able to do it for a long time now. So it's a true blessing that I'm here doing what I'm doing. And I put out my album called Continue, and I had a lot of success with that. You know, one of my singles off that album, the song Rosanna, gained a lot of traction because the video went viral, and then somehow, you know, bless the Lord, it started to become a hit in Europe. You know, it was like a #1 song in Germany and Austria and Switzerland, a bunch of countries around that area of Europe, and it went platinum a few times in different countries, and it was beautiful, man. I was able to tour, I was able to do big festival shows out there, and since then I've just been in the studio working on my album, and now it's finished. This album's called Livin Foul. It was produced by me and my friend Davey Nathan. As a unit, we go by Upper Management. That's our production team. Don't forget that shit. It's cool because Davey does this and I do this. Like, what his skills are and what my skills are completely different skills. So it's more like a puzzle piece fitting together than like a circle trying to fit into a square hole. You know what I mean? It just works out right. So, you know, he's an amazing piano player, multi-instrumentalist, producer, arranger, songwriter. It was dope, man. We did the whole album. I feel like this album has a nice sense of cohesiveness, even though stylistically it's kind of all over the place. The first single's called This One's On Me. It was inspired by my brother. My brother used to help me out a lot when I was broke, and I was kind of known as the guy in our friend circle whose card would always get declined when a group of people went out to eat. And he would always pay for things like that. He'd help me out when I was short on rent. He'd buy me food. And then I started to have some success in music, and I'd always like to hook him up whenever I see him. So that song was inspired by my twin brother, Chris, aka Herbal T. But even though it was about my brother and about drinking, I feel like the song could really relate to anybody. It's just about helping somebody out. It's about love. It's about friendship. You know, it could be about helping an old lady across the street. It could be about giving a homeless guy a sandwich. Anything that involves helping people. There's some other stuff with the album. There's some kind of like hard hip-hop stuff, like the song Hypnotic, or the song No Smoking in the House is kind of like some old battle rap stuff. There's some slower songs on there. There's some experimental stuff on there. I think overall it's a cool listen. It's a dope project, and I can't wait for people to hear it. So be on the lookout for Livin Foul. It comes out this fall, 2015.
Cause I get it, got it, the flow psychotic. I used to freestyle, now the style fill the pockets. Bitches used to throw they bras, but now they throw they whole wallets. They can't help it cause it's so hypnotic. Oh, it's hypnotic, hypnotic. Oh, it's hypnotic. I got a check recently, I got substantial dough, and I know you've been going through financial woes, but money is a fleeting thing that was made by us. Love was made by whatever created us.